Hey MVPs, RicoKnows here. As always, the results show will always be open to the public, so everybody can see what we're doing. You know, there's a lot of naysayers out there. I run into people on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon, and they're all convinced I'm lying about my percentages, my results. Maybe I'm not transparent, that I just don't get it right. There's no way I'm 60% against the spread in my lifetime. And I'm going to just tell you that I think I'm above it, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is. Pick against the spread, and we dominate. Shout out to the MVPs. Week 1, 18-10 when you count the locks, which are on the far left here, the leans in the middle. Those are the only two that count towards the record. But don't get it twisted. There's also a talent chart prediction, something I'm doing new this year, where I evaluated the talent on every single team in America. I'm convinced I know which teams are better than others. So I will tell you who's going to win a head-to-head matchup. I'm not using this prediction for every single game. I'm only using it for games where there's equivalent talent or we're not sure who's going to win. Some people could argue that they weren't sure who's going to win in a Penn State, West Virginia, Georgia versus Clemson, Miami versus Florida, TCU versus Stanford. And you go to my chart to tell me who's going to win those games. And we tend to get it right. And currently the chart is telling me 77% accuracy on those money lines. And then we're looking at underdogs. Probably the greatest achievement that I will have this season is attempting to go above 45% in underdog picks. Listen to what I'm saying. If you only bet the underdogs, the value bets, the purples, if you only bet those straight across and nothing else, you'd be up immensely. You would be up immensely if that's all you bet. Because I'm predicting underdogs that I know Vegas got wrong. And right now I'm 5-3 on the season. That's 62%. It's pretty damn good, 62.5% to be exact. So I'm really proud of the results. I'm going to go over every single one of these results. We're going to talk about it, and then I'll go to the next page, which is the props chart. And what I want to remind everybody here is, while I'm doing these live shows, please don't tag me in anything. Please don't tag me. It makes a little box pop up here, and I can't alternate between my two tabs when you do that. Thanks, guys. I know you're here. Shout out to you. I know you're excited. What up, MVPs? Let's get focused, though. All right, and so here, this is the props chart, and it looks like bloody murder. And that's going to happen if we're being honest with each other. First and foremost, I believe props are very difficult to get right, especially on a huge slate like a Saturday where I have to analyze 70 games. As a matter of fact, so far in the 2024 season, there have been 98 games already. 100 games already. 98 games that I had to predict. By the way, Moneyline on those games, I've predicted 90 right. I know people aren't impressed with that number. There's some people out there going, that's so easy. 90 money line games are easy. You can pick the money line all you want. Bro, try it. I challenge any one of you to sit down and try picking the money line on every single game in America. Don't skip any of them and give it your best bet and see what you got. Among 98 games, see if you got 90 right. I highly doubt anybody's keeping pace. Unless you're an MVP and you're learning from me. That'd be pretty cool. You're getting all that data and information. I think I have some of the most informed followers in the world. I can see my MVPs on Twitter. There's a few of them I follow. I can see my MVPs in the comments. They're very, very locked in. I'm impressed by their knowledge of the teams. I'm impressed by what they do and bring to the table. And imagine you have the smartest fans, the smartest MVPs in the world, and you try to impart knowledge on them every single week. That's the hard part. It's not a magic trick. I'm trying my best. Now, these are the same thing. These columns are locks, leans, and value bets. What you should notice about this, though, is when we get a game right, man, do we knock it out the park. And that's going to feel really good when it comes during the regular season. When we get it wrong immensely. But I got to explain something to you guys. And I really want to just put it out there. Lock prop bets are currently at 40%, leans 38%, and then value bets 27% or almost 28%. It is very distinct that these are more likely to hit than these, and it just gets worse. I understand you guys make parlays at plus 1,000, plus 2,000, plus 5,000. I highly, highly recommend you don't ever do that. I want to explain something to you guys. Week 1 here, I just went 64% against the spread. If you look at last season, this is last season's results right here. And if you look at last season against the spread, yes, I started off 84%. That's what made me famous. That's what made everybody join the channel and start following me. I put myself on the map. Shout out to me. But realistically, We're going to have weeks 69, 59, 58. We're going to have rough weeks. We could potentially go 37 and 39. Hopefully not this year. But the point I'm trying to make is we finished strong in the bowl games at 65. Guys, please understand that week 1 was phenomenal. It is better than 9 other weeks that I had last season. This is phenomenal. And if you didn't make a ton of money, you need to be better. I can't do any better. Like being 60% against the spread or 64% against the spread in a week is extremely impressive in the world of gambling. The only thing that you're doing wrong is you're parlaying everything. You can't go in there and parlay all these. You're going to miss. I saw an 11-leg parlay. Homie did an 11-leg parlay, and the miss was Rice. Rice shouldn't have been in your parlay. Rice is a value bet. Rice is a value bet. There's some other shit over here. Rice isn't on this. And I got 10 out of the 11 right, and you're going to miss. You're like, damn, I almost got it. I got to imagine you MVPs that do those parlays. I got to imagine you're in the red an immense amount. You come across as those people who play slot machines at the casino. You can't possibly win playing slot machines at the casino. They didn't build those casinos on loans. They don't keep getting taller and bigger because they have to pay out people and they're losing their ass every day. If you guys want to beat Vegas, you got to bet straight across. You got to be content with flipping your units. And let's just say you paired this. If we went chronological and you paired this, just because you want to get positive money, and you paired it. If you paired the first two, you would have missed, hit, miss, hit, miss, hit, and miss. Okay. It's tough. But what if you avoid the landmines? You'd be amazing. You'd be amazing if you avoided the landmines. You can't avoid the landmines if you're betting everything. Now, if you bet everything straight across, you're going to be in the positive. There's one guy who asked, Rico, what if I put a unit on every single one of your bets straight across? Yeah, I think you'd be in the positive, bro. It would be nice if you skipped the misses, but more power to you. I described it as a menu, and you're trying to figure out what to eat. You ever been to a restaurant? Been to a good restaurant? Food is good there, but you ordered the wrong thing? Don't quit on that restaurant. Just order the right thing on the menu next time. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is you can't possibly parlay 5-6 of these things. I'm literally 61% of the time correct. Literally, right now it's 59% because of that 1 in 3 week to start. But let's just say week 1, I went 64%. You can't do more than 2 or 3 legs. You're going to lose. And it hurts, man. You know how many times MVPs... Look, I know you're a gambler. You've probably been doing this a long time. I talk to over 1,000 gamblers every day. Your situation's not unique. I talk to over 1,000 gamblers every day. I interact with you DGens every day. I'm on live stream for 15 hours a day with gamblers. I'm telling you, I know what it is. When a guy posts a ticket and he wins, I know he made 6 other tickets and he's out his ass. When I miss, it's crazy. I miss Virginia Tech, Vanderbilt. The entire world missed Virginia Tech, Vanderbilt. I immediately lost 9 MVPs after that miss. That's wild. You're blaming me for that miss. I wonder what else you had it parlayed with. Don't do it, man. You'll be up so much more money if you guys learned how to bet. If you were a better gambler, you'd be up so much more. Because the information is there. The analysis is right. I'm just letting you know. I got MVPs here the whole year. The whole year. I got MVPs signing up for the annual membership. When you win big, don't tip me, bro. Don't tip me shit. I don't need no tip. When you win big, just sign up for the whole year. And continue to win big all year long. But just flip your units, guys. All right, enough of that shit. Let's talk about the results. North Dakota State, Colorado. Colorado didn't cover the spread. It was a matter of Groundhog Day. Colorado literally looked like the same team we've been seeing. Terrible defense. North Dakota State could run all over them and be dominant. I think the Big 12 is going to give them problems. Murray State, against Missouri. I told you guys Murray State's one of the worst FCS teams in America. Missouri's going to cover the spread, and they did. Congratulations. It hit. I hope you bet it. We're going to stop putting red text up here because some MVPs just don't know what the hell red text means. Okay. Temple at Oklahoma. Once again, Temple. I evaluated them to be number 132 out of 134 teams. They're the worst team out there. They had no business on the field with Oklahoma, and it showed. Oklahoma covers the spread. I believed in Elon. I thought Elon was one of the better teams in the FCS level, and then they got out there, could not block Duke's front seven. We learned this. Duke actually has a decent front seven. But for whatever reason, a miracle was answered, and we backdoored this cover with the field goal with a minute left on the clock. It was amazing. We were screaming and yelling. Shout out to the MVPs who believed in it. FAU, Michigan State, my goodness. Fancher's going to run all over people. Keep looking for Fancher rushing props. As long as he's healthy, he's running everywhere. That's the FAU quarterback, by the way. And then Michigan State looked terrible. Utterly terrible. I have them ranked 50th in the country overall. And I don't know what 50 teams they're better than. I can't name 50 teams they're better than. They look terrible. They better figure it out. They won't be on the lock list for a while. Austin Peay, I told you they lost everything. This was a lock, and you probably should have went heavier than a unit. I don't dictate unit size or unit increments or anything like that. I'm just telling you, I really believe in Louisville to beat the hell out of Austin Peay. Austin Peay has no offense, zero offense. They lost everyone in the transfer portal to UTEP. Illinois State at Iowa. I already told you, Illinois State can't score on Iowa. No, that's FBS teams can't score on Iowa. How the hell is Illinois State going to score? Now, Iowa's offense, I talked about it all offseason. You get a new offensive coordinator, and nothing's changed. And that's because the personnel hasn't changed. Iowa still can't score. They look terrible. When you change coordinators at the collegiate level, you also need to change your personnel. You need to find guys that fit their new system. You know, there was a time when coaches dictated system. They dictated what players were going to fit into their – and I'm talking about the Patriot way. I'm talking about Bill Walsh and the West Coast offense. There's a number of teams that have systems, and they incorporate players to fit their system. If you just show up and try to implement a system on old personnel, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Didn't work for Nebraska when they brought in Scott Frost. It's not going to work here. You need to find new players at Iowa. More athletic players, faster players. You need to find something. They look terrible. That offense was atrocious. I was not impressed, and I'm glad we got it done. 40-0. If you missed the game and you didn't watch it, I've been spending all my morning. I went to the gym. I spent all my morning watching as many games as I can. You guys know the deal. I watch them 1.5 speed. I play them all back, skip all the commercials. Last night, when I got off live and stopped the live stream, I was watching games till 2, 3 in the morning. If you don't know, if you don't believe me, I got off live stream, and you can see my responses on the Discord server. I'm still responding to people. I'm still working. I'm watching all these games. And I was not impressed with Iowa at all. If you see a 40-0 final and you're like, yeah, Iowa offense really clicking. No, not at all. Virginia Tech Vandy. The world missed. I missed. Shout out to Diego Pavia. We love him. He made us a ton of money last year. I bet against him. It didn't work out. Diego runs the ball a lot. I told you, prop bet-wise, we couldn't miss. And I wish I was a little more – please stop tagging me, guys, on the Discord server. I wish I was a little more, assertive about my belief in Cedric Alexander. His over yards, Cedric Alexander, anytime touchdown. I knew he would get what he needed. I said ladder him to 50 yards. We could have went a lot harder on that. It's my fault. There are times I say it out loud. Hey, Vegas missed on this. I think they got it wrong. And this was one of those moments, and I didn't go hard enough on it in the video. And for all you MVPs out there who don't watch these videos and you just want to blind tail the chart, you ain't shit, bro. I don't even like you. If you're an MVP and you just say, Rico, where's the chart? I don't even like you, bro. I don't even want you around. I'm being serious. I don't like you, dude. I don't. Real talk. But shout out to Vandy. Came through. We will respect it. Listen, this hurts me, but it really doesn't, man. I got 10 units on Vandy to win 3 games this year. If you watch the futures videos, you can't make the futures bets anymore. I got Vandy to win 3 games this year. You got to believe in that bet. MVPs, you should be excited. They play Ball State, bro. They got this in the bag. Congrats for everybody who took that futures bet. Please, be an MVP in the offseason. Get your futures bets in. You make a ton of money. OK State, South Dakota State, like I said, they lost too much firepower, and OK State is actually very good and dominant. They look complete, and they went out there and beat one of the best FCS teams in America and made them look silly. They really did. And if you go back and you watch that tape, I'm so impressed with Oklahoma State. It was a lock. It's been on the lock chart for over a month. There's no reason not to bet that game. Shout out to Akron. I'm laughing all the way to the bank. I told you there's no way Akron's a 50-point underdog against Ohio State. I found it highly disrespectful. Highly disrespectful. And I know a lot of MVPs jumped on that. South Carolina laid a complete egg. A couple things we got to remember, and it's my fault. Put it in the bank, and we kind of remember it. Just like the UFC, and we don't bet on UFC debuts because you don't know what you're going to get. Here you have South Carolina starting a true freshman. And what we got was horse shit. We got a terrible performance by South Carolina. The offensive line got no push. I was not impressed. And here they go, and they don't cover the spread. Thank God they won the game, I guess, if you're on their over for their futures bet. But there's no way that game should happen. South Carolina is going to win 4 games this year. I think I'm on their under. I'm pretty sure I'm on their under. And it's a lock, if I remember correctly. Somebody check the futures chart. But for me, that's just terrible. Absolutely terrible for South Carolina. How did Lenora Sellers look? He looked good. He was a dual threat guy running around, but he looked like he was running with his head cut off. It looked difficult. He was trying to make plays. North Alabama, Memphis. I'm laughing. I don't understand it. Memphis only won 40-0, which is crazy, but there's no way that spread should have been 36.5. That was bad. And Memphis kind of called off the dogs. We'll see what happens, but Memphis looked good. 40-0. Shutout is great. And speaking of shutout, Kentucky shutting out Southern Miss. I told you the defense is real. There's no way Southern Miss scores. 2 interceptions. Tate Rodemaker can't do anything. Not very good. I'm not impressed with Southern Miss like that. I understand a lot of you guys didn't get paid out because of that, but the analysis needs to be correct. JMU, Charlotte. I was thoroughly shocked by JMU. Some things JMU did is they hid their starting quarterback. They did not tell us who the starting quarterback is going to be, which is crazy because I thought it was a transfer from Washington, and it wasn't. It was the kid from last year. Dual threat guy, looked explosive. Ayo Adeyi was not effective initially, so they go to other running backs. The kid from North Carolina looked great. He looked absolutely great. We'll keep this in mind when they play weekday games because we'll actually get rushing props on them. They looked good. They started to dominate. By the way, Charlotte, still dysfunctional, still not good. Quarterback play did not look good. Max Brown looked terrible. But I went back, I rewatched the film today, and I really am impressed with Charlotte's defense. The speed, they had so many plays in the backfield. They looked tough. They just couldn't put it together. They're not a winning program, so they're going to find ways to lose. We covered that spread easy. That 6.5 was embarrassing. That's disrespectful. New Mexico and Arizona. It's nice to watch T-Mac running wide open and getting 300 yards, but at the end of the day, New Mexico's going to give people headaches. Headaches. New Mexico is annoying. They got a dual threat quarterback that can move the chains, and it's just not going to be good. It hurts my soul, bro. It really does. And Arizona goes out there and puts up, 69 points? Some stupid 61 points, and they didn't cover the spread. How are you going to put up 60-something points and not cover the spread against New Mexico? They didn't cover the alternate spread on the props chart. Absolute disgrace. Wyoming and Arizona State. I told you this was a disrespectful spread. I told you bet the spread and go to bed. That means no parlays, man. Just bet that fucking spread and go to bed. That means just bet that across. You would have flipped your unit, man. Imagine you put $100 on it. You wake up to 2. That's the life I'm living. Arizona State. Unfortunately, Scatterboo didn't get a lot of yards because they called off the dogs. But Wyoming is not the same team. Wyoming did not have Harrison Whaley. I knew that. He was injured. He's out that game. That's their star running back who actually moves the chains, keeps the ball on their side of the field, gives them possession and all those things. They had nothing of the sort. Remember, their head coach, Craig Bowl, he retired last year, so you got a new head coach. Just not good on Wyoming's side. Quarterback plays gross for them, by the way. And then Arizona State, huge upgrades on the defensive side of the ball. Second year with Dillingham as their head coach. You knew they're going to play great. I believe in Arizona State. Pay attention to the offseason and transfer portal additions. And we go to the middle column now. I bet on Western Carolina to cover that spread. They nearly won the damn game, which is crazy. I didn't want that to happen. Congratulations. Talked about it in the previous video. North Carolina, A&T, Wake Forest. Very underwhelmed by Wake Forest front seven. They should have stopped North Carolina A&T from rushing all over them. But Kenji Christian did his thing, and that's just a shame. Just a shame we missed on that. Western Michigan and Wisconsin, clutch. Western Michigan came in through in the clutch, keeping it close with Wisconsin. Thank God Wisconsin found a way to win. But Western Michigan is not bad. And if you remember the prop bets, I was all over Buckley. I believe in Buckley all day. That's Western Michigan running back. It's important you guys learn MAC teams. MAC teams and Conference USA teams play weekday games. Please learn them if you're an MVP. Keep watching. Okay, UTEP, Nebraska. So I put it on the chart, but I made everybody clear when I put it on. This is why you don't blind tail the chart. Put it on the chart, and I said, hey guys, I'm putting this on the chart because of the metric, because of my talent chart, because I'm studying them. And the reality is UTEP is not ready to be on the chart. UTEP is not ready to play against a team like Nebraska. They didn't look good or good enough. They couldn't stop them. There was spurts of improvement, but not where it needed to be. I'm still high on UTEP this season, but they just don't line up well against Nebraska. Miami of Ohio, Northwestern, completely underwhelmed. Northwestern was stifling, and Miami of Ohio, remember, I'm not very high on Miami of Ohio. I want to make that clear. Everybody's picking them to win the MAC. I don't think they're winning the MAC. I'm on Northern Illinois. And I thought they looked bad. I thought Gabbert played terrible in a game that they should have been competitive in. I thought they looked gross. Absolutely gross. Texas, North Texas and South Alabama. I told you about an Eric Morris offense. Somebody wrote to me on the Discord server, was like, Rico, is this going to be like this? Yes, there is no defense at North Texas. It's all gas, no brakes, and that's just the way it's going to be. You got to believe in North Texas. If you guys see an over and it's under 60 points in a North Texas game, get ready for the over. If you see a team total under 30 for North Texas, go bet the team total. North Texas is going to score everywhere. Chandler Morris, the quarterback for North Texas, does not belong at a Group of 5 school. This is a guy that won the starting job at TCU, and then he got injured. The year TCU went to the national title game, they did it with a backup quarterback. Chandler Morris is him. And to see him at North Texas with Eric Morris is insane. Absolutely insane. They're going to put up crazy numbers. And South Alabama's not a bad team. That's how that goes. Sam Houston and Rice, don't talk to me, man. Don't talk to me. Rice came out and played like shit. Couldn't stop anything. Freak accidents, big plays here and there. Just got behind the Powerball. I don't think EJ Warner, Kurt Warner's son, the new quarterback for Rice. I don't think he's ready for the big time. Rice got absolutely leveled. And what's crazy is this game, it's here on the spread, on the lean. I said it was a value bet. It was a lean as well. I don't know how that killed everybody's parlays. I'm just going to keep it real. That just shouldn't happen. It's not a lock. Bet that shit straight across and have a good day. You guys got to fall in love with minus 114, man. Fall in love with minus 114. Please, for the sake of God, fall in love with minus 114. You're going to win everything. And when I'm talking about minus 114, the odds. And Sam Houston, we just don't bet against them or on them. And I put it on the chart. Georgia State, Georgia Tech. Congratulations, Georgia Tech went out there and did it. I just don't think Georgia State's got any offense. And I know that. And I got it right. FIU, Indiana. We had it, guys. We had it. We covered the spread, and then Indiana running out the clock on 3rd and 13 in the fourth quarter with a minute left. They do a damn run play, and the man broke for 60 yards, took it to the house, and we lose, and we miss. That was a hit and a half, and we miss. And that's the nature of gambling. Heartbreak. Couldn't believe it. Western Kentucky, Alabama. Alabama's still great. They're doing all the great things, and they looked amazing. And Western Kentucky looked hapless. Shout out to Finley. Told you he's a statue, can't run around, and he made terrible decisions. He shouldn't be talking before games. Everybody needs to stop talking like they're going to take it to Alabama. This is not the old Alabama, new Alabama. Shut up. You don't have a good team. Speaking of not having a good team, there's Houston. They're bad. We know they're bad, and I believed in UNLV, an underdog. I told you take the money line. My talent assessment tells me Houston is not good. I laughed at the Furman one. Now listen, if you watch the live stream, MVPs, shout out to you. If you watch the live stream, you saw Ole Miss go out there, and I wrote it right here. And then I deleted it because I realized they were already on the chart. But I did not move Ole Miss to the locks column, but I told you it's a lock. And the only reason I didn't move it is because I already had made the screenshots and posted them on YouTube and Patreon and the Discord server. And I didn't want to redo all that work. So I typed it up, and then I told you guys, hey, this is stupid. There's no way you give Ole Miss only 42 points against Furman. And Ole Miss goes out there and puts up 70. Great week. Once again, if you didn't make money off this, you need to become a better gambler. That's all there is to it. There's no way to make more money. There's no way for me to be more right. I'm letting you know. There's only one way for you to be more right, is stop picking the misses. It's on you, bro. I dominated. I felt good. I went to bed last night. I gave Kim a kiss and said, yo, I killed it. If you didn't kill it, cut back on your legs, bro. Cut back on your legs. Look at that. You could have ended with these 3 right here and been a beast. Instead, I see 6 things. You could have ended with just 1 or 2 down here. Instead, I see 6. Fucking wild. All right, let's talk about some money lines. Penn State, West Virginia, talent chart. I told you, I love West Virginia. I'm a fan of West Virginia. I evaluated West Virginia first because I want them to be great, and I love all the players. After I looked at West Virginia, I went and looked at Penn State and said, oh, no. There's nothing I can do for you, West Virginia. You're not winning this game. Shout out to Penn State. They were obviously the better team. Georgia, Clemson. Told you it would be a low-scoring first half. They would start off slow and not really get going, and I was 100% right. Shout out to the MVPs who bet the first quarter spread, the halftime over, under, whatever it was. We hit on all that. Georgia's better than Clemson by a mile. Clemson's not bad, guys. Georgia's just that great. Okay. Miami and Florida, same thing. Florida's a 4-win team. Florida is a 4-win team with a coach on the hot seat. They don't compare to an elite team like Miami. I've been on Cam Ward for Heisman. Go watch the videos. They're on the channel. I've been on Miami. Go watch the Miami win totals video. It's on. You can't make a futures bet, MVPs. But you can go to the Patreon and search Miami and just hit enter. And you're going to see me deep dive Miami and tell you how great Miami is. I think they're the 7th best team in the nation. I think Miami's the best team in the ACC. I called this before the season. It's been all over my Twitter. I believe Miami wholeheartedly. And they showed up and did exactly what I expected from them. And Florida looked the same. Florida looked exactly like I expected. Florida's not bad. They played an elite team. If Colorado played elite teams, they would get throttled like that as well. A lot to a little. Boise State, Georgia Southern. Told you Boise State's a better team, and I put it on here only because people were picking Georgia Southern in an upset. Obviously, they covered the spread. Georgia Southern played really good offense. They score a lot of points. Do not think Boise State's defense is bad. It's not bad. Clay Helton runs an incredible offense. Clay Helton's a Power 5 coach. He's in the group of 5 because he got fired at USC, but he's a very good coach. He got fired for Lincoln Riley. It's a raw deal, bro. He was actually okay. He's a Power 5 coach. He's at the group of 5 for whatever reason. And he's going to always get the most out of his team. I thought Georgia Southern played pretty good. Shout out to Boise State. Genty's a one-man show. It's real. And shout out to Sire Gaines. I told you guys he's a beast. Put it on Twitter. True freshman running back. Sam Houston Rice. I already talked about it. F him. Notre Dame, Texas A&M. Sometimes you get it right. Sometimes you get it wrong. You dust off and move on. What I will tell you guys is if you get it right, congratulations. Please don't spam my Discord server about it. Please don't spam me or my MVPs about it. We don't need that shit. Congratulations, bro. Count your money. Keep it moving. I give out over 400 predictions throughout the season, and I got to hear from one dude spamming his winning tickets 20 times. Could you imagine if I had 100 people acting like that? Don't do that shit. That's a one-way ticket to just being, I'll block you, dude. And let me explain something to you guys. MVPs. It's $25 a month. That's $5 a week and $5 for a tip or $5 for processing fee, whatever it is. That's all it is, $5 a week. At least that's all I get to see, right? After taxes, after the processing fee, the cut from Patreon or YouTube, you're paying me $5 a week. That's not enough money for you to be trolling me and filling up my Discord server with your bullshit or sending me DMs. I just don't care like that, man. I work hard for you guys. I give you all the information I got. I'm on this shit 24/7. Every time I got to stop to come over here and see you posting all your shit. Dude, win. Get it right. Move on. Congratulations. By the way, Connor Wegman. I talked about him all offseason, how I did not think he was a good quarterback. I had him ranked somewhere like 12th in the SEC. I was wrong. He's dead last. I've always told you guys he's not any good. His 8 touchdowns, I've been over this 100 times. 8 touchdowns, no interceptions last year. It was against ULM and New Mexico. That dude sucks. And he's worse. He's worse than sucks. Notre Dame's defense is elite, so is Texas A&M's. Riley Leonard did his job, and Love looked great running the rock. I got Notre Dame winning? What did I have them winning? 10 games? Yep, they're going to be at 10 or 11 now. They don't play much. They don't play anybody too difficult. Welcome to the playoffs. TCU Stanford. Got it right. Told you. TCU's a better team than Stanford. It was an ugly game. Stanford's going for it on 4th down. It's nuts. Down here, told you EMU's better than UMass. Not hard. Just got it right. Went out there and picked the money line. Already talked about all these. North Carolina beating Minnesota. Sometimes you just get the coin flip right. Congratulations. Coastal Carolina blowing out Jacksonville State. I told you on my talent metric, Coastal Carolina looked like a better team. Jacksonville State has lost a ton of defenders to the transfer portal. Their 3 best defenders. Not gone to graduation, not gone to the NFL. Gone to other Power 5 schools. And they're starting, right? So it's unfortunate for Jacksonville State, but they're going to have a long season. And they have the worst starting quarterback in America. Not the worst in the SEC. The worst in America. Logan Smothers, you got to bet against them every single time. And then obviously I missed those 2. We'll go to the props chart real quick. Excuse me. Going to the props chart. It's red everywhere. It's unfortunate. Missed on a lot of teasing the spreads. It's hard to tease spreads early in the season and get it right. It's the first week. We're not going to get this stuff right. I probably shouldn't put this many on here. But I know there's people who prefer these options. I told you guys, I was putting stuff on the chart that I would never bet on. I said that in a video. I said that in the final video. I said, hey guys, I put all 3 of these dudes here for anytime touchdown because it's great value payout, but I don't think all 3 are going to score. Like, think about that. I put 3 guys anytime touchdown from West Virginia. That would mean I think West Virginia is scoring 3 touchdowns from 3 different players. That's impossible against Penn State. Sometimes you guys got to understand the way the chart is made and why I'm doing what I do. But nonetheless, missed a ton of locks over here. Jaden Blue didn't get an anytime touchdown. Just too much variables and things. Missed on spreads. We'll try to rein it in. I highly recommend you pace yourself when it comes to props. And don't tie them together with spreads. Spread picks are going to hit. This stuff is wild. We got a backdoor cover on Kobe Prentice late in the 4th. Donovan Edwards looked anything but himself. He got an anytime touchdown. It was a receiving touchdown, not a rushing touchdown. It is what it is. Jalen Milroe, beast. Playing great. Alabama looked great. Riley Leonard ended up going for like 50 yards rushing. He's so athletic and good to go. JMU let me down in the first half. Kentucky, what happened? It didn't get to the alternate over because SMU never scored, or Southern Miss never scored. Krosky Merritt got a touchdown. Congratulations. Arizona never. We went way over that under. I did an alternate under. We still went way over it because I didn't expect New Mexico to score 20-something points. Or was it 30 points? Insane number. I think it was 30. Eli Sanders did not get his yards like I said he would. Coming over here, we hit and miss on some things. Drew Allar ended up throwing a bunch of touchdowns. Cade Klubnik, I thought I hit on that. Did he throw 2? He did not throw 2. Whoa, hey, we got this right. Cade Klubnik didn't score no touchdowns. Hey, change the numbers, bro. Change the numbers. We got a lean here. It's 25 on the miss. 17 on the hit. And we went over here and we got 41 and 80. Get at me, bro. Yeah. Whew, I'm flexing on you. But nonetheless, yeah, we just got to learn about the teams and go through it. I'm not going to go over every single one of these. It's just tough, guys. We'll get there eventually. I just ask that you guys do unit management, control yourselves, pace yourselves. We have a game today. We have LSU and USC. I'll be making a video on that. Check for the results. Check for the chart. You're going to get an entire individual chart for games like this. Anytime there's a day where there's only one game, you get a whole new chart for that one game. So just so you're aware, it's not as easy as somebody coming to the server and going, "Hey, Rico, what's your picks for tonight? What's your pick for tonight?" That's not how it works, guys. I have to sit down and analyze. And when I get a full day to analyze a matchup, we tend to get those right. That's why we dominate in weekday games. So we'll see what happens tonight, okay? I owe you guys answers on that stuff. But please, pace yourself when it comes to value bets or props. And please, take these bets straight across and see your life change. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to go over some of these questions in the chat. I have MVPs here. I just want to go over them real quick. Let's go. I don't know. That's the truth about the parlays, and I'm mainly a parlay player. I can admit to myself that Rico's correct here. I just played straights or mainly straights. I'd be more profitable. 7-3 yesterday. Hey, shout out to you, Bobway. Great weekend, Rico. You helped me make some money on them lower level teams I don't know about. That's 100% right. And we're still there. We still know the group of five better than Vegas. We're still getting it right. By the way, there are other results. Other games that aren't on the chart. I'm going to talk about every single one of those games on the weekly live stream. So every single day, Monday through Thursday, I do a podcast on YouTube at 5 p.m. Eastern. You can be there for the live stream, or you can watch it after it's posted. And that's when I talk about the results of all the other games. So I need material for my show, so I don't address it here in this show right here. It's only about the results from the chart. And anybody who says I'm not transparent, I'm hiding my numbers, none of this is true, I don't really pick against the spread at 60%, they're all uninformed morons. It's here for everyone to see. This video will be open to the public. I will post it on Twitter, YouTube, Patreon. There's nothing to hide, guys. Why I gotta hide when I'm 64% against the spread? I don't need to hide. Get in where you fit in. All right? So just so we're aware on how that works, watch the show. You'll learn about these teams Monday through Friday. Remember, before every single episode, the reason it's at 5 p.m. is because I spend all morning rewatching all the games. You heard me right. I go back and watch the games, and then I talk about them all morning. I'm watching games. 2 monitors, and they're going at 1.5 speed, and I'm watching the games, and I'm getting an assessment of the players. Before I can talk intelligently about a conference, I rewatch all the games from the previous week. That's what I do with my life. I'm watching games today, all day. I'm watching games Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's what I do. And I just take notes and just assess things. You can't get it from a box score. Can't get it from Twitter. Can't get it from some hearsay. Got to go watch it. And that's what I do. It's hard to win 3 in a row, so 2-leg parlays are the best. They're not here for the long haul. Shout out to you, Bob. I appreciate you. 30-27 going to the last drive, over 63.5. OK State I loaded straight. There you go, original rocker. Memphis first half spread, 29.5. Rico, that fucking dude. Appreciate you, man. EMU, yes. Is there a video? What do you mean, is there a video, Brentstat? 6 p.m., family. Take notes at 6 p.m., I promise. Is there a video right now? What are you talking about, Brent? Said I'm recording right now. Black screen. Unmute Rico mic. The screen is messed up the last few minutes. The screen has been the results chart all show. Okay. Yes, you guys can't see me. You can only see. I'm recording right now on my OBS for YouTube. I'm in the top right corner. You can't see me though. Did BYU cover? I will talk about BYU's covering over Southern Illinois on the show when I go over the Big 12. You the man, I dominated listening to you. Here for more. Love college football even more now. Shout out to you, Dark Horse. Thank you for being here, man. Colorado Band 2. What is that echo? I don't know what echo. Audio's fine. Yep. Thank you for putting me on Saban Gora. Ever since seeing your video on TikTok, he's been one of my favorite running backs. Really sucked that he didn't get to play Thursday night. Yeah, could be internal punishment, all kinds of stuff. 14-4 yesterday. Shout out to you, Eli. Rico, BYU's D played great last night. I remember you saying that about their defense in a previous video. Thank you for the analysis, George Yeah, D-Rock, I love their defense. I saw Kelly led them in tackles yesterday. I still have to go back and watch the game. So I will watch it though. But remember, I stay to a regimented schedule. So I will be watching all Big 12 games on Wednesday. So don't ask me about a Big 12 game. I haven't watched any of them outside of what I saw live. And I'm usually watching 4 games at once. Outside of the games that I saw, I watch 4 at a time. On Saturday, I'll watch 4 games at the noon slate, the 3 slate, the 7 slate. So I've already watched 12 games, and then I go back and watch every single conference's games. They're recorded on my server. I have a rated server where I go back and watch the games on ESPN Plus and YouTube TV. That's what I do. It's my job. It's not a hobby. It's a job. So nonetheless, thanks for being here, guys. I'm going to hit stop recording on this. MVPs, people in the public, you're watching a results show. It's what I do, y'all. We don't miss. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Get at me.